will not take care of side babies. I won't take care of anybody's child that was made in the dark, in a motel, in a hotel, in a guest house. I will not be responsible of that. I'm a married woman. I'm a middle-aged married woman. I love my husband. I am monogamous, and I believe he's also monogamous. I take every precaution to make sure that I satisfy his every need. I make sure that I satisfy my every need. I make sure that I look good, I'm fit, I still look good. I respect him, I love him, and we've created a beautiful home for ourselves. So I believe I have done everything in my power to create a stable, happy marriage for myself and my husband. Now, I'm a realist. I live on planet Earth. I live in this life. I don't live in a dream utopia. I live on planet Earth, and I'm a realist. When my husband leaves my home, I don't know where he goes. And I would love to believe that he goes where he tells me he's going, and he does the things that he tells me he's doing. However, being a realist that I am, and seeing the levels of infidelity that I see around myself and everywhere else around where we are and online, I would love to believe that there are people out there who go and make babies outside of the marriage. And I know a lot of them. Not a few, I know a lot of them. And I understand that things happen. This is life, things happen. But let me tell you something. A baby that is made in the dark, a baby that is made in a hotel, a baby that is made anywhere where I was not, I will not be responsible for. If you sneak around, make babies, have fun, by yourself, mind you, you are not even involving me in that fun. Do not come and make me face those consequences. You will face those consequences yourself. Side baby mamas must not involve me. Do not involve me. When y'all were having fun, I was not part of the party. It was not a party of 3. It was not a party of 4. Hell, it was not even a party of 10 or a party of 1,000. Who's that lady who slept with 1,000 men in 24 hours? It was not a party of that. I was not involved. I was not invited to the party. Now, when it's time to face the consequences, why would I be invited to the party? I will not be part of that party. So, if a woman and a man, a married man, sleeps with a woman on the side, they must both face those consequences. It is not the wife's responsibility to have to take care of that baby. It is not the wife's responsibility to be faced with that. The only responsibility that the wife has in that situation is to herself and her kids. The only responsibility I would have, God forbid something like that happens, is to myself and to my kids. I have zero responsibility to you, people who sneak around and want other people to face their consequences. I see a lot of these online women going around that, oh, the wife is so evil, she is not taking care of my baby. It's that wife decided to stay. She's not staying for you, girl. She's not staying for that baby. She is staying for reasons that have got nothing to do with you. And women, unfortunately, we live in a patriarchal society, and it is sad. Women will bear the brunt of all the bull crap. Unfortunately, as women, all this responsibility lies on us. But I am saying, the wife who is monogamous, who is faithful, who takes care of the family and who does everything in her power to make sure that her marriage works, should not be faced with such responsibilities. And I am one of those women, and I refuse. And God forbid something like that happens and I decide to stay with my husband. And I don't think I would, because for me, cheating is a no-go area. And let's take it for granted that maybe it happens. I am not taking care of another baby. I have decided how many babies I will have, how many babies I am capable of taking care of, even by myself. The number of children that I have right now, I am able to take care of them myself. Should my husband decide to leave me, should my husband pass away, I will be able to take care of the 2 kids that I've decided to have. And that was my decision that I made alongside my husband. That is the load I am able to carry. Right now, I do not have small babies. I am too old to have a small baby, and I refuse to have a small baby. So, if my husband decides he wants a good time with the woman on the side, can the child please be taken care on the side? Do not bring that child into my space. Maybe when the child is older, they can take care of themselves. Maybe. And that's a big maybe. I do not care for being liked. I do not care for being seen as a virtuous woman who takes care of side babies. That is not my ministry. I know there are women who want approval of men so much, who are pick-me's, who will stay after such a thing has happened, and even after they stay, they will take care of those babies. That's not happening over here, babe. That is not happening over here. And my beef is not with the baby. Hear me correctly. My beef, my problem is not with the baby. All babies are innocent, and all babies deserve a life, and a healthy, decent life at that. All kids born on this planet deserve it. And whose responsibility is it to provide that? Is it your baby daddy's wife's responsibility? No. It is the parents' responsibility. It is the parents' responsibility. It is the responsibility of the man and the woman who made that baby. Now, let's say, for argument's sake, them the baby mama guys, but I had decided to stay in my marriage. In that situation, that's a completely different ball game. If I decide to stay and there is this poor child who was born out of infidelity, will require a mother. And if I decided to stay with my husband and forgive him, I just might. However, if a woman and a man decide to do things in the dark, then they must face the consequences in the dark. I choose not to sleep around. I choose to sleep only with my husband. So I will not bear the responsibility of things that are done out of lust, out of ill discipline, and things that have nothing to do with me. I refuse to have that kind of a responsibility. So, women and men, if you have babies in the dark, please take care of those babies in the dark. Do not involve me. I do not care. Do not come and tell me, oh, those are your kids' siblings. I do not give a rat's ass. I do not give a rat's ass. And yes, those are my kids' siblings. But my kids' siblings are not my responsibility. I have made a bed that I can lie on. So people who do things that are in the dark, making their own bed, let them lie on it. That has got absolutely nothing to do with me. And I will not be a pick-me for nobody, for society, that will not even help with paying a single bill for that child. I will not garner likes by presenting myself as a virtuous woman. So I accept I am not a virtuous woman. I take care of my family and my friends. I take care of people who love me. But I will not take care of babies that I made in the dark. And I stand by that. And as women, we should not have to bear that brand. And do not also blame a woman who chooses to stay. Because you know nothing about the reasons for her stay in a marriage like that. If I decide to stay in my marriage, do not blame me for staying in my marriage. Blame the man and the woman who go and sneak in the dark. Actually, blame that man. Blame the man. That is the sick person in this whole equation. More than the woman, actually. The man who is married, who goes and makes babies outside of his marriage, is a sick human being. And he is the one that must face those consequences. And if a woman decides that they want nothing to do with that baby, I don't understand why society blames that woman. I do not understand why society should blame the woman. I personally am not taking care of no babies that I did not make, that are not my friends or families. I would rather take in a stranger's child. I would rather take in a stranger's child. And I care not that people will have a different opinion of me. None of my business. Your opinion of me is that I would rather take in a homeless child. I would rather go adopt a baby that I know nothing about how it was conceived, but a baby that I know was made in a motel or a hotel or some side chick's place. None of my business. And when kids are older, I think by that time, a lot of women have worked through their emotions and their feelings of being betrayed. And that's a different conversation altogether. When a child can take care of themselves, when a child can articulate their feelings and talk to you, that's a different ballgame altogether. And I would be willing to sit down with such a child. I do not care for no side chick. I do not care for no baby mamas. I do not care what wonderful people they are. I do not care. I have chosen to be virtuous. I have never slept with a married man in my whole entire life. I have never slept. The only married man I have slept with is my husband. That is the only married man I sleep with. But I will not bear the consequences of another woman sleeping with a married man. I will not bear the consequences of a married man deciding to sleep with a woman outside of his marriage. So there I am. I know that makes me a bad person, but I do not care. I do not take care of side babies. And that is it.